Um, First one is, David Morrel. A lot of
Hmm.
people have been talking about him being pretty much like a prospect contender type of a guy coming in.
Yeah.
People are pretty hype about him right now. Obviously, it's a Rodney Shields fighter. What do you think about him? And what were some of the great things that you experienced inside the ring that people can't really understand looking from the outside?
I think David Morrell is a great fighter. He has a very good command of his distance and just ring generalship, man. Like he's not. Lennox Lewis always tells him the matrix and everything like that, but all the matrix effect, whatever. But he does have a pretty good, I think, maybe ring IQ, but he also has really good instincts. Really good, like I said, command of his distance. He's able to, even with my length, he was able to kind of dodge and even rock back, step back. He's actually a really good fighter. He has I don't think his hands are as fast as they probably think, but or they've probably said, but like he has pretty good speed as well. Pretty good speed and definitely pretty good definitely good power. He has a really good, really well rounded fighter, I think.
Mm. Um, as far as power is concerned, obviously he has a good KO ratio.
Yeah.
What would you have to say his power is like?
Um so within our I think fourth round, he definitely heard me. And so I went to hold the rough in the midst of the clinch. The rough kind of like pulled my arm down. He hit me. I mean, I knew I was going down after that. But when I went back to the ropes for that fight, I mean, by this time it's kind of like it's not fuzzy, but you don't really feel anything. You kind of just move and you kind of just moving off instinct. And I didn't feel like I didn't really feel the power then, but like he definitely had some good power to land a short hook like that on me in the after. I mean, within the clinch, it was really good. It was really good power.
Mm, mm. Um, do you feel like he'll be a champion?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was already champion.
He's like an
Yeah,
interim champion. Yeah.
yeah, I think he definitely has the skill set to be a world champion. He's like I said, he's a hell of a fighter, man. Good footwork, good, like I said, good command of his distance and good ring generalship. He definitely can be a world champion probably within the next year or so. I mean, fighting like with Canelo. I mean, I don't think Canelo would want to fight somebody like that. Like David Morrell possesses the ability to move well as with the power, so it makes a big difference. I think. They talked about him and David Benavidez, and I think that probably be a better fight. They're both close to the same height. It'll be more like maybe two power punches going at each other. Like that would be probably the best fight right now.
Mm, I like it. I like it. And that was the fight that was supposed to happen if this fight with Boo Boo didn't happen.
Yeah,
So now you've been in the ring with also Boo Boo Andres. You know, it was I believe that I watched the fight. I think you're probably one of the bigger guys in his resume.
for
And a
sure.
lot of people say, yeah, because when we talk about big guys, everybody mentions your name and somebody else's. But then in the same time, people we don't know that many guys in his resume as far as fighting in America, and you
Yeah.
guys, you was. So, talk to me. How was that experience? What was it like being in there with Demetrius Bubu Andres?
I think he's a great fighter, to be honest with you, man. He's another guy who like he's awkward, right? But he knows how to use that awkward fight style to be very effective. You know what I mean? He's not like, to me. I didn't feel like he was powerful. I didn't feel like he was too strong or anything like that. He just, besides the injury on my shoulder for that fight, I mean, he did what he needed to do. Like, I think maybe with somebody less tough, he probably would have definitely stopped him. Like I said, with one arm, he definitely would have stopped anyone else. He just, at that point in time, I just had an injury. But like I said, he was very effective. He was very efficient on what he needed to do. Efficient with his punch selection. He just made things happen. He made he's I think he's a good fight. I think he's a good fighter completely. But we'll see.
you know, when it comes down to those two guys that you shared the ring with, David Morrel and Boo Boo Andres, who would you think would win a fight if they
I
met
think
them?
if they met, I definitely think Morrell will win. He's a naturally bigger guy. He's a younger guy too. I think he possesses more power than Boo Boo Andre, and I mean he probably possesses as much, maybe a little less speed. But his stuff is sharp. Like I think I would have to pick Morrell over that. I really want to see. So on Saturday um, we see Andre with Benavidez, and so that fight is actually it could be really interesting. I got to see how this fight plays out. I mean, we saw how Caleb Plant tried to box Benavidez the entire time, but he got caught a body shot that slowed him down completely. I mean, if Demetrius Andre is able to box that entire time like that, that's a hell of a fight. That's a hell of a win for him too. But we're gonna see.
Who do you lean towards?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm leaning towards David Benavidez. Like I
Just
said, I
like your
think he's a
brother.
big guy. I've actually been on. I've actually been on standby for him on a couple of occasions. And it's just like I said. I think Demetrius Andre might be too small there for that. He's a tall. I mean, David Benavidez is a tall guy, but he's not only tall. He's big as shit. You know what I mean? So I mean, can Demetrius Andre box like that? Like I said, Caleb Plant was boxing very well for 6 rounds. But you can't the fight is in 6 rounds 12. So you gotta box Benavidez like that for 12 rounds to outscore him, outland him, outmaneuver him. I mean, my question is, can Boo Boo do that? I think he may be able to, but like I said, Benavidez is a hell of a wild card. He has very sharp and fast punches. He has very good jab, and he has a very good body attack. So I don't know if Boo Boo could withstand that the entire time.
Speak upon Boo Boo's body attack. How is it?
I think so. At that point in time, I was still way bigger than him. There one specific time in the fight he did hurt me with the body, but mostly he really. I think I don't know if maybe his father had told him like this guy isn't really done. You gotta you know you gotta take your time a little more or not. But he definitely he doesn't. I don't think he hit that hard to body. That like I said, the one specific time I remember uh, him in the body, that was probably a good shot coming off my punch. It was really good, but other than that, I don't think he's. I mean, personally, I don't think he's that strong.
So yeah, that was my next question. Do you think at like 68, do you think that he lacks power at that
I
division?
think he was lacking power at 60. So
So
yeah,
do you?
60, he definitely probably lacks the power.
Yeah, I've been saying the same thing on my show that I believe that he lacks power at 60. So at 68, it's going to be hard for David, for him to keep David off of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard for anybody to keep David Benavidez off you. So we'll see. If you look at the Ronald Ellis and David Benavidez fight, you can kind of see like Ronald Ellis was boxing pretty good, but like pretty good is those are the optimal words. He wasn't able to effectively keep David Benavidez back. And I mean, I don't know anyone who can. He calls himself the Mexican monster. He's a really well polished, sharp, and that the pressure he's bringing is immense.
Right, right. Do you think the fight goes a distance?
I'm sorry.
You think the fight goes a distance?
It can, but it would be more like if David. I mean, I'm sorry. If
Boo boo.
David Benavidez can't if he can't catch Boo Boo versus somebody knocking him out. Like if Boo Boo is there to be caught, he will. He probably can. He will get caught. But if he's able to outbox him and box him fully, I mean he could possibly win. I said I won't count him out at all. Like he has the ability to box and outbox him for the whole fight and win. But you have to be on point with David Benavidez. You can't take 1 second off. Like I said, with the Caleb Plant fight, he took 1 second off. He got called a body shot, and that fight turned different. You know what I mean? And I think maybe David Benavidez went to body some more and caught him with some more body shots, and Caleb Plant started holding a lot more. They had a lot of animosity towards one another, but you saw at the end of their fight, it was a big and major respect to one another too. And so, I mean, like I said, that fight it could go the distance, but like I said it would be on Boo Boo to keep maneuvering. It won't. I won't. I don't see Demetrius Andrade knocking Benavidez out. And if he does do it, somebody who bets on that would be a rich person for sure.
Mm.